Yo, what's up, guys? How's it going? We got Thorim on the docket today. This is probably the first hard mode that you'll be doing, and it is an introduction to a common theme that you'll be experiencing in Ulduar, which is that Disc Priests are OP. Disc Priests are so OP, in fact, that in my opinion, the best comp to run for this boss is either Double Disc or Disc plus Hybrid Holy Priest. And how it would work is the Disc Priest would power and shield 3 groups, the Hybrid Holy Priest would power shield 2 groups. So why is Disc so OP for this boss? Well, the reason is because during the hard mode part of this fight, everyone is at risk of getting Swifty one-shot macroed at any particular time. It's kind of like Lady Vash, if any of you did that, where any combination of abilities can just straight up kill you instantly. Since everybody is at risk of getting Swifty one-shot all the time, that means Powered Shield is crucially important because that is the only ability that will realistically save people's lives. And in a hypothetical fantasy world, we would ideally want everyone to have Powered Shield on them all the time on this boss. Obviously, that's not realistic, but if you use Double Disc or Hyper Disc, you are that much closer to living in that hypothetical fantasy world that none of the other healers want to live in because there will be nothing to heal for them. Sucks to suck. Anyways, here is my spec. If you're curious, I play Hybrid Priest on every boss, but this video will not be about Hybrid Priest, and neither will any of the videos in the future since not many people play it. Instead, this video will be about Disc Priest and regular Holy Priest, so I will try to give you the best information that I can about those. Any hoosers, let's get down to it. So phase 1 is literally designed for children. So, you can just kind of chill out and relax until the hard phase starts. If you're a Disc Priest, you should probably go in the tunnel. If you're a Holy Priest, you should probably stay in the arena. In the tunnel, there's just going to be tank damage unless the ranged DPS are shitters and they stand too close to melee range. I'd recommend just, keeping an eye on them just to see if they are standing too close to melee, and you can throw a powered shield on them if they're too close. And if you bring melee into the tunnel for whatever reason, make sure you have powered shield on them all the time because they're going to get fucked up. Other than that, there's not really anything that can kill you in the tunnel, so it doesn't really matter what you do too much. But if you want to be a dirty boy, you can keep the pets shielded during the first stone golem since the pets actually take ticking damage. Don't use prayer mending, it doesn't actually bounce for whatever fucking reason on that ticking damage. I just kind of use circle of healing, but you're playing disc, so you can just use powered shield. Overall though, you just kind of want to make sure that you don't spend too much mana in this phase because on the run back into the arena, you're going to want to regen all your mana so that you can pop your pussy once the hard phase actually starts. Now, if you're a Holy Priest in the arena, just kind of, keep renew up on the tank and use prayer mending and circle of healing whenever you can. The damage is pretty low here, so it's not too difficult. The only thing to really note is that you kind of want to save your Surge of Light procs because the melee DPS love to get aggro on the ads, so your best bet is to use Surge of Light on them. Also, don't be afraid to use Powered Shield in this phase because the Disc Priest will certainly be in the tunnel. Also, Thorim reduces your casting speed with that big hammer that he throws on the ground. The way you can avoid that is by standing outside of the middle. However, if you do decide to stand outside of the middle, make sure that you don't cast any spells when the ads spawn, or else you're going to get pwned. Alright, let's talk about the actual fight now. So, at a base level, the Disc Priest's role on this boss is very simple. You just kind of spam Powered Shield the whole time and ask for Innervate. In my opinion, it's not even worth using your other spells unless your guild doesn't innervate you for whatever reason, because like I said before, the entire raid is at risk of getting one shot all the time. And Powered Shield is the only spell that will realistically save them. So, your purpose in this phase is to save lives. It is the other healer's job to heal up whatever damage goes through. Now, the more complex version of that is you need to establish a priority system for your powered shields. This priority system is surprisingly pretty complex, and the purpose of the priority system is to shield whoever is at highest risk of dying at all times. Here are the people that are at the highest risk of dying: the tank during unbalancing strike, anyone below 100% health, melee, then healers, then range DPS. Technically, the healers and the range DPS are actually at the same risk of dying, but healers are more important than range DPS, so it's important to prioritize healers with the shields. And let's be honest with ourselves. If a ranged DPS dies, it doesn't really matter because they're all a bunch of worthless maggots anyways, and they roll on all of your gear. So fuck them. This is your priority list, and the hardest part for you, and for me, will be having the awareness to shield the tank right before the unbalancing strike. However, the damage is very predictable. Look at my frames here. All you have to do is look for when the previous unbalancing strike debuff ends, and then immediately powered shield the other tank. You see that? Landing a powered shield at this exact time could literally save your tank's life. So definitely try to do that if you can. Other than that, anyone that takes damage from any ability, throw a shield on them. And if nobody has taken damage, then your priority is melee, healers, and then range DPS. That is the skill cap of Disc on this boss. Let's talk about Holy now. So your purpose on this fight is to snipe any heals that you can get your hands on. Try not to be off-put by the term sniping heals. The community has associated a negative connotation with that term, but sniping heals is actually an important part of healing because the faster you can snipe the heal, the more likely that person will survive, especially on this boss. And you'll be able to deal with more incoming raid damage because you're getting your healing out faster than people who are slow to react and bad at predicting incoming damage. Now, unfortunately, pre-renewing isn't much of a thing on this boss because the Frostbolt volley is random. I've seen volleys happen 10 seconds apart, and I've seen them happen 50 seconds apart. So your best bet is just generating a fuck ton of serendipity stacks, flash healing anyone that you can get your hands on, and just sending those fast cast Prayer of Healings and Circle of Healings as often as you can. I'd recommend putting all of your prayer mendings on the melee DPS because they are most likely to get hit by the chain lightning, and they will get hit the hardest by the chain lightning. I would also use Divine Hymn when you're scared, and help your Holy Paladins out by keeping Renew up on the tank, and also pre-casting a flash heal for those nasty unbalancing strikes if you can. Again, the timing is very predictable, you just need to be aware enough to do it. Try to also make yourself go by the end of the fight without pre-renewing things. But, if you can't go without just overhealing a fuck ton, then you can start pre-renewing things if you want. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the guide. To be honest, I hate this boss. I hate it because it makes Disc look really OP. Which they are. They are, and everybody knows that already, but I'm salty because I've been trying to convince people that hybrid is, about as good as Disc. Maybe not as good as Disc, but, about as good as Disc. But on bosses like this, I'm literally just a shit Disc priest because I have to spam powered shield the whole fight. It's like, god damn it. Fucking stupid Blizzard devil worshipping company. I hate them. Luckily, hybrid is insane on Freya. I'm hesitant to say that it's better than Disc on Freya, but it's pretty damn close. It could be better than Disc on Freya. So, I'll be doing that guide next. That guide won't be about hybrid, but, I'll be doing Freya next anyways. That's it. Bye-bye now.